Hey guys, welcome back to Homestead Prepping and Survival. So, I showed y'all in the last video or two, somewhere in there, that how I stored my gas and rotated. And I had five gallon cans in the back of my truck, and I told y'all when I saw that the price was either go down or gonna jump up, I was gonna take advantage of whichever way that went. Well, I was watching several of the other channels that I follow, and every one of them are saying the same thing. The sources they're hearing, the best guesses, okay, are that fuel is going to continue to rise until we get unprecedented high amounts. And I can tell you, in California it's way over $10. Canada, they sell it by the liter, in England and all that, but I mean Canada is around $8 if you figure it out to a gallon, $7 to $8. And England, overseas, it's running around 8 to 10, sometimes a little higher. And you know, right now, 3-4 days ago, I think, for about a 4 or 5 day period there, ours was at $3.59, and I was hoping it'd drop down a little bit before it started spiking back up, which is what I was expecting. But either way, everything I'm hearing and seeing is saying that gas prices are going to go through the roof. $7, $8 a gallon. I don't know. I honestly don't. But as long as I've been following these other channels, they haven't been wrong yet as far as whether it's going up or down. And maybe they'll be wrong this time, and I wasted money. But either way, I went ahead and filled up my front tank on my truck, which was about half. Then I filled up the back tank, which was almost empty. I only had about 3/4 of a gallon or so in there. I ran it empty and added a little bit when I was doing those cans the other day. So it didn't put much in it. So I went ahead today when I got off work. I filled up both tanks on the truck, and I had those cans in the back, and I'm going, ooh, it's went up a bunch since the last few days. I better go ahead and fill it up if everybody I'm hearing is right and the price is going to continue going. I'd rather pay $3.75 a gallon for it right now, 375.9, okay, than pay $4.55 or up for it in a month or 2 weeks or whatever the case may be. So I went ahead and filled up. And I've been telling y'all that the pump stops you at $100 when you use your debit card or credit card, whichever. I don't own a credit card, so mine's paid for. But I'm going to show y'all this first receipt right here. And if y'all look at that, you're going to see I'm paying $3.75.9 per gallon. And it took, I can't see because of the receipt. And it's backwards on screen for me. So I'll let y'all see it, and then I'll turn around where I can read it. It says I bought 26.603 gallons for $100 even. So I filled up both tanks, and it was about $93 roughly, and I talk about this on the outside part of this video. So then I went ahead and started filling up the other cans, and I just kept going thinking, man, I don't want to pay $5-6 to fill up a gas can per gallon. So I went ahead and filled up the other 5 cans. I had to swipe my card a second time. I don't know if it's got the date on that side or not. I was just folding back the part that's got my card and stuff on there. But you see, I spent another $88.39. So I spent $188.39 today. And if that matters, Murphy Express in Americas. Today's date, right? Now I'm going to hold that one. I'm going to turn this one around, and I'm going to show you the same date. On that receipt there. You see the bottom. There's the top. There's the bottom. So I'm not lying to y'all. Did this today. Friday after work. Stopped, filled up both tanks, filled up all 5 of those cans. And I set the video up on the edge of the truck because I didn't have my tripod with me when I just got back from work. So I leaned it up against the toolbox, aimed it to where I could see the fuel storage area and stuff, and started taking the cans down. Well, it fell, so I stopped. I put it back up, went ahead and put it down, and then I looked, and it done fell a second time. So I moved it from there to the boat and propped it up on the boat so I could still, y'all could still see what I was doing. And I propped it up and continued rotating my fuel down and putting the cans back where I keep them. And when I got finished, I looked over, and the phone camera's laying on the ground. So I don't know how much video footage I've got. I haven't transferred it to the computer to go through it yet, but I'm going to. But guys, if you are not preparing, I don't know what you're waiting on. I mean, even if you have more than enough money to survive now, having something that you bought at a lower price later when the price is very high or higher makes good sense, period. And like I've said before, y'all, I've got cameras on this property. I've got cameras aimed at my stuff out there under the lean-to by the barn and you know, mini barn, whatever you want to call it. But it's just a hedge against that price going up. I've got my lawnmower full, which is 4 or 5, 6 gallons, I can't remember. The generator is either 6 or 8 gallons. It's full, and all 10 of those 5-gallon cans out there are completely full of gasoline. So I've got 50 in cans plus what's in the generator and the lawnmower, which is at least another 10, if not 12 to 14. So I've got well over 60 gallons of gas stored here on the property. And if you count both tanks on the truck, they each hold 17 plus gallons if you pack it full, which I usually do. So you're looking at 34, 35 gallons on the truck, 34 say, plus all the cans and the lawnmower generator and all. I'm close to 100 gallons of gas today. If crap hit the fan this weekend, because I don't plan on going anywhere other than church Sunday, if crap hit the fan this weekend, I've got way over 90 gallons of gas, close to 100 gallons of gas stored right now that's fresh and can be used to where I can run my generator as often as needed to run my well, charge my battery bank if the solar's not keeping up, and get my water tanks and all full while I'm running the generator so I can run the well. I don't really care about whether I run the dryer or not, or the big 220 unit that's out in that building I'm planning on taking out. It's not important to me. What's important to me is having the necessities that we need to survive without having to struggle or fight someone for it. I may have to fight to defend it, but I'm not going to fight to take it. So guys, if you're not prepping, I don't know why, and I don't understand it. But either way, I told y'all I was going to do that. I wasn't planning on filling all 5 cans up at one time, but if the gas prices go up from what I'm hearing, and they keep going up to $4, $5, $6, $7, $8 a gallon or whatever, $3.75 a gallon is not going to be bad. I hated to pay it, but what you gonna do when you don't have it? So either way, guys, I do appreciate y'all. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe to the channel. I don't understand what's going on with it. It is what it is. I look at that analytics on the channel, and it tells me that people are subscribing and unsubscribing and so on. And I don't know if it's YouTube doing it or people are doing it. Doesn't matter. But I'd sure like to get past this 100 that's been humping, you know, me for a month or more. But anyway, let's get into the video. I'm going to go ahead and load these to the computer, do my editing on there. You don't need to be seeing the sky while I'm moving gas, so I'll edit those videos, get them put together, put it with this one, and see if it's something y'all enjoy today. So I thank y'all very much. Be safe, be prepared. Remember, Jesus loves y'all. So do I. Well, I don't know how much video I got, but I was unloading the 5 cans I had in the back of the truck and rotating the fuel through, because I knew the 2 out here were the newest. So I pulled the 3 old ones down, put the 2 new ones down, then put the 5 from today. That blue one decided to split in the handle right here, so I'm not filling it up, although I could probably store some in it, just don't like to pour out of it, so I need another one. And the next to the last one down there has got a little pinhole in the side of the handle, but the fuel is below the pinhole, so I'm going to leave it alone. But there's 10 5-gallon cans right there full of fuel. And for those of you, I'm planning on naming this video this, those 5 cans equal $91 and something. Gas went up last night from $3.65 to $3.69 this morning, and by the time I got off work a little while ago, it went from $3.69 to $3.75. So, listening to the other pages I've told y'all that or channels that I follow, I decided I better not wait any longer to try to fill up those cans. I'd rather pay $3.75 than the $4, $5, $6 that's coming, or that I agree with some is coming later. Plus, I don't like having 5 empty cans. So, although I put 10 or 15 gallons in my truck earlier this week, that cost me like $3.13 or $3.12, whatever, something like that. I just restocked 5 cans with $3.75 a gallon gas. I also filled up both tanks on the truck. The back tank, I only had probably 3/4 of a gallon in it, because I always run that one empty and switch to the front. So I filled it up, and I know they're both 14-gallon tanks for those of you that look up that year, make, and model truck. But I had that tank put in when I bought the truck because the old one was rusted out. It's rated at 14 gallons, but I have personally put 17.5 gallons in it from brand new to, you know, fill it up. So today I put 16 3/4 gallons in that tank. The front tank, I was running right around the halfway mark, and I don't remember how many gallons it was, but I stopped at about $93 and filled both tanks. So I went ahead and put, you know, the pump stops at 100. I went ahead and put some in another gas can to stop it at 100. And I didn't want to leave all these cans empty, because if it does get that high, $3.75 is going to be a good price on gas. Right now it sucks, but went ahead and filled it up, and I done told my daughter I'm going to stop about 150, and I thought, well, I'm 150 and I got a can and a half left, so might as well fill it up. And I did, and I ended up stopping at $83, I think, in change. I'll have to look at the receipts and I'll show them on here. I'll put them in front of the camera so that you can see exactly how much I paid. And I spent I think $180 something on gasoline. So when I go inside and I do the inside part of my video, I will show those receipts. But guys, you need to have fuel, gas, diesel, all that stuff stored. And I know the red cans for gasoline, the blue cans for kerosene, the yellow cans for diesel fuel. The orange cans are typically boat containers like that one. This one still has a gallon or so in it. These 2 little ones right here are both empty. So I'm going to put those in the back of my truck. So if someone needs a can for gas, I'll have it. And the next time I buy gas, I'll probably fill up at least one of those, if not 2. I want every container I have full of gas. My lawnmower is full. My generator is full. And I've got to get out here, hopefully this weekend, if the weather holds up. I'm going to pull that carburetor back off that tractor, pull the bowl off, reseal it because it's leaking a very slow drip from the fuel bowl. And I want to clean all that up and put it back on and hopefully stop the leak. And then I'll fill up that tank. Now that is only a 6 or 8 gallon. I can't remember which, but it's a 6 or 8 gallon tank. So once I get that back together and it's not leaking, I'm going to go ahead and empty some of these cans, the oldest ones or probably the newest ones, into that tank and get some more cans empty so I can fill them back up when I've got a few extra dollars. Y'all, I've got about one paycheck a month that I don't have much that has to be paid out of it. So that's my groceries and gas and all that stuff week. Well, that's this week. So I'm just being honest. I spent quite a bit of dang money when you think about it on gasoline this week. But you know what? If gas gets up to $5.50, $6, $7, $8 or whatever a gallon, or 10 like it is in California, hey, I'll have gas at a much cheaper price. And I've got 50 gallons stored here. The lawnmower holds, I can't remember, I think about 4 gallons in it, and it's full. The generator holds 6 or 8, I don't remember which. So that's full, this is full, and the 50 gallons in the cans behind me. So if I had to drain these and use all in my can, you know, because whatever, financially I couldn't afford gas or whatever it may be, I've got enough gas stored to last me going back and forth to work in my normal driving around. With the truck being full now, I go on 2 tanks. I go about 3 weeks. So that'll equal about 20, what's that? 17, 34. So I've got roughly 2 months worth of gas stored and in the truck. And my propane tank I had filled up a few months ago, and all I use it for is the grill and the stove. So when I fill it, it lasts me 2 to 2.5 years before I have to buy more propane. And I've got propane tank sitting over there as an emergency backup. So had 5, my son borrowed 1, never got it back. So I've got 4 grill tanks there. And I've got the 120 gallon tank connected to the house and the grill. So I can cook for 3+ years off the amount of propane I've got. And I can run this generator. If crap hit the fan tomorrow, I can drain the fuel that's in that truck. I can use the fuel that's in these cans and this lawnmower. You know, I can run that generator. You get roughly 12 hours out of a tank. So I've got enough gas to fill that tank up a dozen times. And if I don't need to run it but an hour or 2 every 2 or 3 weeks, I've got enough gas to last until I worry about it getting old before I use it all. Plus, if you're anything like me and crap hits the fan, the EMP hits, whatever, civil unrest and rule of law breaks down, all that good stuff, especially in the EMP, all the vehicles that are going to be parked out there stranded, won't move, I'll be filling everything I can with these cans and taking these cans and go siphon the gas out of as many vehicles as I can that don't run anymore. No need to leave that gas sitting there going to waste. So that's part of my plan. And if you're not planning for that, now I'm not saying go out and steal it from people. But if the vehicles are abandoned and they no longer run, doesn't make any sense to leave the gas in the vehicle, sit there and go bad after 2 or 3 years when you can help your mag, help your group by having that fuel and maybe even helping other people with some of that fuel that's sitting there going to waste. So if a vehicle ain't no good and it's out there on the road, you can bet me and my people are going to harvest that fuel out of those tanks. So just a food for thought. But anyway, I'm approaching the 10-minute mark on this part of the video. I tried to record 2 or 3 times, me unloading the cans out of the truck and bringing them over here and then moving these and rotating and all. I set it up on the truck, it fell off. I set it up on the boat to aim because I just got home. I don't have my tripod out here. So I thought, okay, that'll do. And I get through with all of it. I turn around, the camera's laying on the ground. So I don't know how much I got. But either way, guys, I've said it before. It's time to be serious. You need to be stockpiling the necessities. And unfortunately, in my opinion, gasoline, diesel fuel, propane, all of those are necessities that you have to have. So I want to talk about one more thing before I get off of here. But y'all know I did a video a little while back about storing water. Those 4 barrels right there, 55-gallon barrels, are full of potable water, drinkable water. These 275-gallon totes, they look rough because they're sitting outside, but I pressure wash the inside and clean them. That's 550 gallons of water there, plus the 220 in those barrels. So what's that, 770 gallons? I don't remember how many gallons I've got in the barn, but in the room I've got in the house, which I need to unload this weekend, put it in the barn, I've probably got another 20 or 30 gallons stored in there. But let me tell you why that's important, guys. The city of Americus, Georgia, Wednesday, today is Friday afternoon. I just got off work, got home from getting gas and all that. Wednesday issued a boil water notice for everybody on city water. You know why? Because they had some kind of sewer plant mishap, and they are literally saying that is a possibility of sewage water contaminating the city water supply. So everyone's been on boil water notice. Most of the restaurants in our area in Americus, have been shut down since that, because they can't operate if they can't wash dishes and can't fix food with water and all that stuff. So let me let these chickens out. So for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, they're on a boil water notice where they can't even drink or cook with, well, they can cook with it, but they can't drink the water that's supplied by the city. And I don't know about y'all, but that kind of sucks. Especially when you think about, okay, they contaminated it with sewage. Why is sewage water even remotely possible to get close enough to the fresh water supply to where it can be contaminating your consumable water? Y'all, that tells you the incompetence of all governments, especially where I live. It's crazy to have that kind of problem in today's time. They should not have sewage and fresh water supply anywhere near each other. He's talking because I'm talking. So. But anyway, so for 3 days, they have not been able to consume the water. And they came out today with something on the radio or whatever saying that they have tested the water, and preliminary tests say there is no contamination of the water, but they're having further testing done before they release the boil water order. So, oh, we tested it, but we're just not 100% sure, so we want to be positive. So they may lift the order tomorrow if those tests come back where the water's safe to drink. But guys, you need to have water stored. Crap hit the fan. It's going to be worse than the city running out of water or not being able to use that water. You're going to need water stored. And I'm telling you, it sucks to be under a boil water order when that is your primary source of drinking water and cooking water and all of that. And I don't know about y'all, but I wouldn't like the idea of taking a shower in water that can be contaminated with sewage water, which is human poop and anything else that gets flushed down the toilet. So, y'all, it is time to get serious. They're trying every day, I believe, to prove how incompetent at all levels of government, they are. And if you're depending on the government to save you, I hope you've got your burial plot already bought, paid for, and the hole dug, because they're not going to save you. So anyway, let me get off of here and I'll go inside and I'll do the other part of the video and wrap this thing up. I appreciate y'all. If you have not already done so, please subscribe to the channel. I've dropped right back down, like I've been saying in the last few videos. I've dropped right back down to an even 100. Went up to 103, down to 102, down to 101, up to 102. Excuse me. back down to 101. And now it's back down to an even 100. And I'm, you know, if that's what the people out there that relate to what I'm trying to show and teach people and help people with, I'll be fine with that. But I know there's thousands and thousands more people out there that need to know how to prep and what to prep and all of that in just simple basic terms. So if you will, please share the channel, subscribe if you're not subscribed. My channel's got over 3,800 views in roughly 5 months. 3,800 plus. And we're only sitting at 100 subscribers. So please share the channel, subscribe if you're not subscribed, and hit that like button. It helps me break the algorithm to where the channel is suggested more by YouTube and helps in turn grow the channel. So guys, I appreciate y'all. Be careful, be safe. Remember, Jesus loves you. So do I. Be prepared, y'all.